Why you bitter? Only a loser, a hater, winner. Since the soldier be the coldest winner. A soldier will make it through the coldest winter. Give me this shit. I've been waiting way too long, yeah. They left my city, and they've been waiting way too long, yeah. My kids gotta eat, and they've been waiting way too long, yeah. Been doing this shit, I've been doing this shit for way too long. Way too long, doing this shit for way too long. I left my city and they've been waiting way too long. My kids gotta eat and they've been...
Sorry, I was trying to cut the heat off and I was trying to be slick about doing it, but I got caught. So listen, guys. Are you here? If you're here and you're new, please hit the subscribe button. If you are here and you're just coming back and you're not new, you're not a guest, please make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video. What I have to show you is probably the scariest thing in politics, right? And what I mean by the scariest thing in politics, I'm talking about these people that have been running for centuries, okay? And the voters that have been voting for them for centuries buy into this like phony, fake persona that they put on in front of the American people to get your votes again. And I just wanted to show it. Like, of course, when you watch this, you're going to laugh, but it should also really, really, really urge people to pay attention to what is going on in politics, especially at your local and state level, more than anything that affects you the most. So without further ado, I'm going to let you hear this.
Coming out of Capitol Hill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying that she will run for re-election, tweeting out and saying, while we've made progress, much more needs to be done to improve people's lives. This election is crucial. Nothing less is at stake than our democracy, but we don't agonize, we organize. I am running for re-election to Congress to deliver for the people and defend democracies. She also posted a video. Here's that.
Hello, it's Nancy. Thank you for the opportunity to share some thoughts with you, our VIPs, our volunteers in politics, in our ongoing engagement for the people. Thank you for being a constant source of new, fresh ideas and political activism to help Democrats deliver and to defend democracy. Thank you for giving me the privilege to represent our city and our San Francisco values in the Congress: human rights, reproductive justice, LGBTQ equality, respect for immigrants, and care for each other. When people ask me what are the three most important issues facing the Congress, I always say the same thing: our children, our children, our children. Their health, their education, the housing and economic security of their families, a clean, safe environment in which they can thrive, and a world at peace and where they are all welcome and in which...
I got to shut her up just for 2 seconds because I want to say something. Why are all Californians like obsessed with America's children? Why are you so obsessed with my children that you need the government to make sure that children are good? Like, when I ask, what are the 3 top things that Congress should be concerned about? I always say, the children, the children, the children. Why are you guys so worried about the children? It's very weird and odd. I'm sorry. Leave our fucking kids alone. They got mommies and daddies. Now, the ones that don't, okay, maybe the community needs to step up, but the state needs to stay the fuck away. Stay away.
They can reach their fulfillment. That is my why I am in Congress, for the children. This is my story and this is my song. As you hear me say, when you're in the arena, you have to be able to take
Wait. She said, this is my story and this is my song. Y'all want to know how many times she rehearsed this? She probably went over this at least an entire month in practice in front of the camera before she did it. This is not a real, this is propaganda. This is how they get you to vote for them every couple years. And people are like, oh my God, Nancy's 80 plus and she's still fighting for our children. Nancy needs to go somewhere. Okay. Every day I wake up, I say, Lord, when are you taking her? Yes, I do. It's not wishing death. It's just like, God, when are you taking her? Because she's just too much.
A punch or throw a punch for the children. In terms of health,
Wait. I'm sorry. Oh, I gotta play that again.
the housing and economic security of their families, a clean, safe environment in which they can thrive, and a world at peace and where they are all welcome and in which they can reach their fulfillment. That is my why I am in Congress, for the children. This is my story. And
I'm in Congress for the children. Now name one thing that she's done for the children. Don't worry, we'll wait.
This is my song. As you hear me say, when you're in the arena, you have to be able to take a punch or throw a punch for the children.
For the children. Does anybody know what Nancy's done while she's been in office? What has Nancy done for the children in her 40 plus years? What has Nancy done? The Build Back Better plan is horrible. It has nothing to do with children. Every COVID stimulus we got wasn't for the children. It was for businesses. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck has she done? And this is why I said this should scare people, informed voters. This should scare informed voters, because uninformed voters are going to watch this and be like, hey, she is fighting for our children, so we have to vote for her, right? I think it's time for people to wake up from whatever la la land that they've been in and call a spade a spade. Nancy is doing nothing for the children. Nancy is doing nothing for the United States of America. Nancy is in Congress to rule. She's a woman who is drunk off of power. This is why I say we should never have these people in office. Women should never. I'm sorry. I know a lot of women are going to be like, well, not all of us are like this, but it's a good portion of you motherfuckers that are demented in the head when you get an ounce of power and you don't deserve it. Sit down and go to your kitchen, raise your children, find a hobby, something that's going to sustain you until you die. Because sitting in Washington, D.C. for 40 plus years is just weird. Weird.
In terms of health, my first words on the floor of the House were to fight against HIV/AIDS.
Oh, hell no. I can't watch the rest of that. If you want to watch it, I will put the link in the description on YouTube. But I cannot watch her run her mouth anymore. She gets on my nerves. She gets on my nerves. I don't like women like this. Ew. Why are you guys still here? Where is your husband to tell you to sit down? Take a break. Go retire. Why are you this old still wanting to be in Washington? I will never understand that shit. Never. I got another video. This is a video of Eric Adams, the new governor. Repeal it. This is the new governor of New York City. He said the most asinine statement that could ever be made, and this proves that he is a Democrat shill. He was selected. What's his name? Weird boy. Cuomo was never going to he was never going to face charges for what he did. They removed him because the American people were like, what the fuck, when it came to COVID, and they have to push equity, right? So let's put a how do you say it? I'm trying to say it in a nice way. Let's put a token Negro, aka a house Negro, and put him in the office in North Carolina. Good Lord, pray for my state. In New York City, and let's let him fuck some shit up. That's what they said.
Killers assaulted our officers. And this is a battle between the killers and New Yorkers. Many people often talk about bail reform, but there are other rivers that are feeding the sea of violence. And if we don't identify them correctly and put in place plans to remove them, we're never going to resolve this issue of violence. And it starts with Washington, D.C.
Wasn't this the same state talking about defunding police? I'm just, I don't understand how you could say we need to do something about this, but in the same breath say it starts in DC. DC is here, New York is here. What can DC do for you? He's going to tell you what DC can do for you, and you're probably going to laugh your ass off.
Washington must step up. The congressman talks about it all the time. We have to get the Build Back Better bill passed. We need those
What?
resources. There are billions tied up in fighting street level violence for the crisis management that's tied up in this bill.
There are billions tied up for crisis management for the billions. What?
That's tied up in this bill.
Listen,
We
bro.
know management.
Listen.
Street level violence for the crisis management that's tied up in this bill. We know we're doing the right job on the ground. We're removing thousands of guns off the street, but there's an endless flow that continues to come through.
How does Build Back Better help that? How does Build Back Better help the gun violence in New York City? How does Build Back Better stop the influx of weapons coming into the city? I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. I really don't. Like, what? How does Washington, D.C. fall into that category? I don't think Democrats look at their own bills, reform things that they push. I don't think they look at their own shit before they get on stage and say what someone else wrote for them. But yeah, I'm going to finish this out.
Our city borders.
Washington, D.C. apparently needs to help them with their crime. Now, I have the NYPD crime statistics for 2021 of October right here in front of me. And you tell me if DC needs to do something or if New York needs to do something. He replaced de Blasio? Really? Hold on. I could have so who replaced Cuomo? He is a mayor. Oh, it's a woman. Oh, hell no. Okay. Thank you for that correction. Anyways, repeal the 19th. I need to get a sticker that says that so I can throw it up anytime I see some weird shit. For the month of October, the number of murders and shooting incidents continued to decline in New York City compared to last year. Murder decreased by 9.8%. Okay. So literally 37 versus 41. Okay. Let's go to the overall. I think that's more important than them talking about 4 less murders that didn't happen that year, but whatever. Woo! The overall index crime in New York City increased by 11.2% in October 2021 compared to October 2020. 10,000 people versus 9,000 people. While burglary saw a 13.7 decrease for October 2021, robbery increased by 15%. Felonious assault increased by 13%. Through October, overall index crime year to date has increased by 1.3% compared to 2020. This is a total crimes that they have had in that state. That city, I'm sorry. Okay, from October 2020 to October 2021. I'm going to ask Eric Adams because you're not qualified for the job, sir. How does Washington and Biden's Build Back Better plan tie into these numbers? What the fuck is Washington going to do for you? How much money can you throw at a problem before you start to realize what the actual issue is? Our border is spilling drugs, guns, and crime, okay? Because Biden wants to do nothing about the border. I wish Oscar was here because he could tell you what's actually going on at the border because he covers it all. I don't get these people. I don't quite get them. Sometimes it's very frustrating to have to sit here and be generous and nice to just like idiots, man. I feel like these are the dumbest people on the planet running states, cities, and in government positions to have control of what happens over us. Maybe New York should challenge the Fed to do something besides throw money at a problem, aka Build Back Better, and actually secure the effing country. How about we secure the country and stop letting all these people in? And then maybe we could have a fighting chance to stop a lot of stuff that's going on here. But until that happens, none of this stops. And these psychopaths believe so much in immigration that they don't give a shit how it's affecting the average American, which is a crime increase. Sorry. Immigrants do contribute to crimes that happen in America. They also contribute a large portion to the drug issue that's going on here. Sorry, not sorry. Next topic is The View. I saw this and I wanted to scream. Why don't they put people on the show, preferably women who are on the right, who are really going to give these ladies a run for their money? Why do they keep picking these soft ass, weak ass Republican conservative women who ain't got no type of voice and don't know how to stand up for what they believe in? Why? I don't know who this lady is. Apparently she's Asian, but I have no clue who she is. But I was looking at this and she just got bulldozed. Like they straight up bullied the fuck out of this lady.
I don't think he should apologize to the American.
Why did Trump apologize?
No, but
for calling Kim Acosta a rude,
Did Trump apologize?
terrible person?
No, but
Abby
I think-
Phillips questions are stupid, etc.
Even Cecilia Vega, he said
Yeah.
you never think.
But I think what
But
we
that's
should
the
say
thing
him
is-
because it's wrong. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean
I
you
mean,
should
but
double down on it.
Well,
I
then
was
he
a
did
I was a poor
apologize.
example
So we did.
to Ducey on the phone, but I just think he should acknowledge that he was a poor example for.
Well, but no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He should acknowledge he's human.
What? So Joe Biden's human, but Trump is just horrible. He's a racist. He's a xenophobe. He's deplorable. He is a threat to democracy. That's Lucy Liu. Lucy Liu, the actress? I don't know who any of these people are. So he's human. This is the president. I thought you guys wanted sanity restored to the White House and you wanted the president to act like a president. So now it's okay for presidents to be human, okay, and say somebody's a son of a bitch or they're dumb or quit asking me these dumb questions. Now it's okay. But when Trump did it, it was like the end of the world. Look at this. I can't believe this is the president of the United States. I cannot believe that he told a reporter, you don't ever think. But Biden called a Fox News rep, and we don't like people on the right, the Fox News people. He said, you stupid son of a bitch, and he's human. Whoopi Goldberg, man, I'm telling you, I want to go on this show for one day, a week, just 1 week. I bet you the ratings would go through the fucking roof.
Because that happens sometimes when people ask you endless stupid questions.
I wish I had a bunch of questions that were asked to Trump. I really should have got put a little compilation together so I can play it. Well, these dumb questions, I don't get it.
from one particular place. And sometimes you just lose it for a second. The difference is, he said, okay, let me call him and apologize, because that happens. And I think that, for me, is the representation of what a human being as president should be.
An adult.
Yes.
And also,
An adult.
I hear you, babe. I hear you.
Fuck these ladies, man. I don't know what planet they live on, but they don't live on planet Earth. They have double standards out the woo-ha. This is why we need to repeal the 19. These ladies are why. This is why. When women get old and stuck in their ways, and I bet you a lot of these women are either unhappily married or single because they don't need no man and they're an independent woman. They get mean, cantankerous, stubborn, and just not nice individuals. I feel bad for whoever that they are married to, male or female, because we can do that nowadays. I feel bad. They are disgusting human beings. Oh my goodness. It was the end of the world when Trump did what he did. Apparently, New York City needs the government of DC to step in for them, to help them with their crime. Nancy Pelosi is old as shit. How old is, matter of fact, how old is Nancy Pelosi?
Nancy Pelosi is 81 years old.
She's 81 years old, running for re-election at 80 fucking 1. Who is going to step up in her district to take this woman out? What are Californian Republicans, the GOP, what the fuck are you doing? There's no way. She should be 81 years old, still running. Where are Republicans? Where are Republicans to help them from trying to vaccinate children without parental consent from ages 12 and above? Like, why? Why? Why is she running again? Why does she have a chance? Where is the California GOP? Where? This is why I said, that's why I opened up with that video. This should scare the living shit out of every voter that is informed and knows what's going on, especially people in California. There's no way that this lady should be running. There's no way that we should not even have an opposing candidate to unseat her. There's no way you can keep putting all your hopes and your dreams. Republicans are going to step up. Republicans are going to do this. Republicans ain't doing nothing. Don't you see? Look at the House. Look at the Senate. Look at the people that have been there forever and a day, umpteen years. What are Republicans doing? You are supposed to critique your own side because your team right now, ladies and gentlemen, is losing. Losing. They're purposely losing. She's 81 freaking years old. Okay? 81. I'm going to end on that note. I hope this live causes some people to think. I hope the mayor of New York gets a brain and actually steps up to do what he needs to do for his city, because DC ain't it, bruh. And I hope The View finds Sunni somewhere. I hope they come across my video and they're like, hey, we need that girl to come on here. Even they're probably going to kick me off after 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Just as long as I get on there to give them a fight, because Lucy Ling, Ming Ling, whatever her name is, she got walked all over. They walked all over this lady. But in about an hour, we have another episode of Truth Will Set You Free. Please come on over to Be the Change YouTube. We're going to be talking about some of the things I talked about on here, but you'll get to hear from a diverse cast with people with different opinions. This is a shit show, and I got to go. But before I go, I'm going to play this special video for everybody who feels like I do in this clown world that they're in.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this